I saw 220 pounds on the scale at 21 years old. I had just had my son. And the only way I knew how to lose weight was by eating as little as possible. I'll be honest, I was overwhelmed. I thought that this was it for me. And I just thought there was no way I'd ever be able to lose that amount of weight. I spent a good period of time trying to convince myself that I was just okay with it and that I was perfectly happy with it. I had my family, I had my baby, and I tried to accept it. But luckily, that changed, and I realized that I wanted to do something about it. But the problem began, I really had no idea what to do except to eat as little as possible. In my mind, the best way to lose weight was to stay hungry, go to bed hungry, stay hungry all the time, and then just weigh myself to see if it was working. I tried for a good period of time and failed because I would try to keep myself hungry, and that would result in a restrict-binge mindset. And so I would eat very little and then I would eat a lot. And honestly, the scale didn't budge. If anything, it probably went up for a while. But I did finally settle in to a diet that I actually found on the back of Women's Day magazine. I mean, this was many, many years ago. Okay. So that I got lucky that I even came across that. And it said to eat 1,200 calories a day. So I learned how to count calories. Before that, I had no idea how to do that. And that's what I did. I counted calories, and it took about a year's time to lose 100 pounds. But here's the thing that nobody tells you, and here's the thing that I definitely didn't know back then, was that simply losing weight by eating very little calories wasn't going to give me the body that I wanted. I was skinny fat. I had absolutely no muscle tone, loose skin, and was very, very flabby. The problem with that was that's not what my vision was. I had watched Terminator 2 many times, and I literally fell in love with the way Linda Hamilton looked in Terminator 2. When she was doing like pull-ups on the bar at the Mental Health Institute, her arms looked so toned and she was so fit and strong looking. So when I lost the weight and that's not what I look like, I was confused. I thought, I don't get it. Maybe it's just not possible for me. I assumed the only thing you needed to do to get that physique was lose weight. And here I was, I had lost the weight, but I was nowhere near what I wanted to look like. So then entered the yo-yo years. Now these are like at this point, it's like my mid-20s to my mid-30s, like my yo-yo decade, let's call it. And although I did not have the physique that I wanted, I definitely was happier than when I was 220 pounds. So I thought, well, if I don't know how to be fit and strong, I at least need to stay skinny because I was terrified of gaining the weight back. So what did I do? I spent a decade of yo-yo dieting. I would eat very little because that's what I knew how to do. I would go off track, eat a lot for a little while, gain some weight back, panic, eat very little again, and that yo-yo cycle lasted for 10 years. The sad thing was I was willing to do the work. It was never about not wanting to commit to what it would take to get that Linda Hamilton body that I wanted, but I just had no idea that I was even capable of getting that. I had myself convinced that it was a genetic thing and that I just wasn't able to achieve that. But really, I just didn't know what I needed to do in order to achieve it. Now let's enter my mid-30s. So at 35 years old, I finally reached a point in my life where I wanted to figure this out. I wanted to be able to achieve the physique that I wanted, and I wanted to know if it was possible for me. Like at this time, now you're starting, the social media is starting to become a thing. So now you're seeing it. Like I'm seeing other women with fit muscular bodies. I used to follow fitness accounts on social media, and it was more in your face at that time. So I started to question again, maybe it is possible for me. Maybe it isn't a limitation that I thought I had. So I was able to maintain the skinny fat physique. I never went backwards in terms of weight gain. So it wasn't for lack of effort, but this is not what I wanted. So when I was 35, I decided to take it a step further, and I reached out to a bodybuilding coach because these physiques that I was admiring were fitness physiques. So I thought I need to find someone that is an expert in creating a fitness physique. And so I hired this coach because it was never about doing the work. I was always willing to do the work. It was about not knowing what I needed to do to actually achieve what I was trying to achieve. Because before, I was just throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping my body would change, and nothing changed. Once I got with the coach and he told me what to do and what it would take in order to change my physique, I did exactly what he told me to do. And for me, it meant eating more than I was eating. It meant strength training, no more cardio. It meant eating a lot of protein. And because I started at a place where I was thin, I didn't have weight to lose, the transformation actually happened very quickly. I completely transformed from skinny fat to a fitness physique in 4 months. It was actually a little under 4 months, to be honest. And I ended up going to step on stage at a fitness competition. I actually did 2 fitness competitions at 35 years old. And I finally achieved the Linda Hamilton arms that I had sought after for so many years. Now, here's where I wish I could put this feeling into a bottle for you guys, because that feeling of finally feeling like I achieved this goal that I had for myself since I was 21 years old, it was the best feeling. And in that moment, I realized oh, this is a permanent lifestyle for me. I love this. This is exactly what I wanted. And this now is my new identity. And now I'm 50. And I won't pretend that the last 15 years have been perfect and I just maintained this perfect fitness physique over the last 15 years. Of course, life happened. Hormones happened. I lost my mom. I became an empty nester. There's so many things in life that happened that, sure, there were times I was more on track, more off track than on track. But my core identity as a fit person that prioritized moving my body and maintaining the amount of food I put into my body and eating protein, that never changed. That never wavered. And every one of those seasons of midlife definitely took a toll at times. But because I had such a strong foundation in fitness and I had accepted that as my identity, I always made my way back. And even after menopause and all the seasons of life I've endured over the last couple of decades, at 50 right now, I can honestly say I look and feel my absolute best. And I know who's watching this. Okay, you're a woman in your 40s and 50s and you're frustrated. The things that you are trying aren't working. You're not achieving the goals that you set out for yourself. Now, remember, I've been through all of that. I've been through all of those seasons. I know how you feel. I know what it feels like to want something and not even believe for sure that you're able to achieve it. And even if you did believe that you could achieve it, not knowing how to even go about it because the things that you're doing simply aren't working. And it feels like you're working so hard and getting nowhere. It feels like your body's fighting you. Many of you don't even trust yourselves to stay consistent because you've tried and failed so many times. And then there's the age thing. I think many of you might even be thinking, maybe it's just too late. I mean, I haven't been able to figure it out until now. How am I going to figure out now that I'm older? It's going to be even harder. But I need you to hear this. It is not too late. What is happening in your body is real. It's not your imagination, and it does seem harder. The hormonal shifts are happening, the mood changes. All of those things are not in your imagination. But I promise you, with the right strategy, they will not prevent you from achieving the goals that you set for yourself. For me, it was the Linda Hamilton arms. Whatever those goals are for you, you can still achieve them. It just means you need to stop doing what you've been doing that's not working, or you need to stop doing the things that you did in your 20s and 30s that might have worked then, but they've now stopped working. You need the right strategy, because if you're willing to put in the effort, all you need to do is know the exact things that will work for you, just like I did. Listen, I don't teach restriction. I don't hand a meal plan out. I don't give you a list of approved foods. I teach you how to reach your goals in a way that is sustainable for you and your lifestyle. Live real life, go out to eat, travel. All of those things can still be done while you're living this fitness lifestyle, this new identity that you've accepted for yourself. This is exactly what I teach inside of my programs. I've lost 100 pounds. I rebuilt my body at 35 years old, and I've maintained it through menopause, through grief, and every other curveball that's been thrown my way over the past 15 years. And I built the ESCO Elite Mindset Coaching Program because every other woman in her 40s and 50s deserves to feel exactly the way I feel right now. If and when you're ready, you know where to find me. I'll see you in the next video.